Welcome to Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and Johnny Red Floyd Stadium, home of the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. And Raider fans have been clamoring to get this one started all week. Today we have a big Conference USA showdown in store. As we'll see, the SAMHOU Bearkats taking on the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Sam Houston State's offense will go on the attack first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Quarterback on the keeper. Turning it on! Ball down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
On the ground, it's Porter. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have any.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Finds a little space.
That's a really nice play on 2nd down. I love the quarterback's read. I love that he kept it. Good offensive coordinators across college football, they have no problem repeating the same play over and over again if it's successful.
And the Bearkats really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Watson. Quick completion on the out. They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46.
Well, that play was designed for that down and distance, right? You saw how he barely got enough to pick up the first. Really nice job by the play caller there, understanding the situation and what play to dial up.
The Bearkats are moving quickly down the field. They'll give it to the back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Bearcats can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. That's caught. It's Reed. And good coverage by the defense, just a short game.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Got his man to the left. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
And there was some eye contact going on there on that last play. Press man coverage. The receiver was looking at his guy like, please throw this up for me. You know we got this win. I'm going to beat this guy at the line of scrimmage and make a play. Quarterback, there was no doubt where he was going with it. That's just 2 guys being on the same page.
Got it behind the line. It's Black. He'll be run out of bounds at the 14.
Yeah, Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for room, it's Porter. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bearcats!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They march 78 yards down the field, and they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Middle Tennessee State's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others, that they got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Cox.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Now on second down. The play action fake. The sure hands, it's Cox. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and Sam Houston has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. They'll try to run for it. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you are.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
The corner route will always be one of those staple routes versus zone. So if you see zone, it's a great job by the wide receiver pushing vertically. You see him threaten that safety, and then you break off to the sideline where it's really hard for that corner to get back in the play.
Looking to throw, it's Watson. With the catch, it's Brown. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Bearcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, he'll throw it. Caught near the sticks. It's Black. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
And the Bearcats have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
So now it's 2nd and long. Gonna look downfield again. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
It doesn't matter who it is. Receivers, in this case, a tight end. You get open. You sometimes start to look at that green space in front of you, and you just take your eye off the football, lose your concentration a little bit, and miss that opportunity for possibly a big play.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
They'll run it from the gun. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Watson. Working that wide receiver screen. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Deep shot for the end zone. It's complete. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. David, you're the analyst. I'll defer to you, but it was as if he saw cover 1 and says, I'm attacking downfield.
I like that. You should always defer to me in all situations, but exactly right. See the safety. Now I know the outside 3rd of the field is mine. It's a one-on-one matchup with the corner. I like my guy. He likes him for a reason because he just made a big play for him.
And the Bearcats trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bearcats! Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, way to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They go 83 yards on the drive and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Scanning the field, it's Battiato. That's reeled in, it's Tipton. Trying to tackle this guy's a business decision as he gets it up to the 29.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. Quick pass on the fly motion.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Wants to throw again. Rushes on him. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. That's caught. It's Cox. And the defense drags him down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
3rd down coming up after the completion. Looking downfield, it's Battiato. Grab near the marker, it's Cox. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Wonder if they'll be conservative on 1st and 10. Grab behind the line. It's Tipton. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Off the play fake on first down. Throws for the tight end. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You've got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the 2nd quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Catch in the middle, it's Lacey. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. Had to settle for the field goal. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, if nothing else, a notable first half so far in Murfreesboro. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Floyd Stadium.
they'll line up to kick off and start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Taylor. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first,
breaks into the open. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line.
Man, what a run by the quarterback. I got to tell you, if I was his coach, I would tell him, hey, man, at any point in this game, if you just feel like taking off and running, go for it. Just go right ahead because he can do things like that. That's an RPO. He's supposed to throw the football, but nobody's open. He sees a lane, he sees green grass, and off he goes. And it's not just a 5-10-yard gainer. This guy's generating explosive home run plays because of his athleticism. This dude's just on another level right now.
The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. They go to the ground. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Back to pass, it's Vattiato. It's complete on the right side. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the 1st down. They need him to play great in the second half.
Takes a snap, wants to throw. Got his man out of the backfield. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds.
It's now 2nd and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll run it to the left looking for the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Blue Raiders!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Going to go ahead and go for 2 here and try to make it a field goal game. Out of the gun, looking to throw. He's got it. 2-point conversion is good, and now they're within a field goal. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Coming out with it, it's Phillips. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Got his man downfield.
And there you see the arm talent by the quarterback. Throwing a curl route into zone coverage, you've got to get the ball there quickly. And you saw the cannon this QB has.
And the Bearcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, the ground game. Fights off a defender. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
at the 33.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Looking for a man, it's Watson. And the defense, got him at the 27. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
The Bearkats now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
That is a gut punch if you're the offense because they're in dime personnel. They're only rushing 4 guys. You've got 5 offensive linemen. You've got the option of bringing other people in to help give your QB time. And this offense, not good enough.
The Bearcats will bring the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. He'll do it himself. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the defense shutting down all the options, making sure it wasn't easy to read. Nice job going to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Battiato. Fires to the wideout. And the timing just a hair off. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete to the left. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. That's the end of the period, and Sam Houston has the lead. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Now they'll try the right side. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They love to make this kick easier by picking up a few on third down. It's 56 yards. He'll take a shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Oh, and the offense just not able to come up with that. You knew that was going to be a bang-bang play, right? They're taking a shot into the end zone. That's going to have to be a contested catch on the back end, but he wasn't able to come up with it because of the hit.
The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
Got his man quickly. No chance to run, but still a good game.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
The Bearcats come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Bearcats will snap it on 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Back to throw, it's Watson. Got his man on the right. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Bearcats are on the move. Now on the move. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
2nd down coming up. Takes the handoff. It's Porter. There he goes. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Oh, I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
The Bearcats kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee.
I know you took a loss on 1st down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against a defense that knows you're going to do it.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Makes the grab. It's Reed. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. And they'll take a knee.
A win is a win is a win. Victory formation, this offense ends the game. They didn't do much throughout the game, If I'm them, I'm probably taking that game ball and going and giving it to my defense. But they got the victory, get to take the knee, watch the clock run out.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And they get the icing on the cake, and that might make for some long memories after this one.